Traveling salesman's problem. The traveling salesman has planned to visit 4 cities. He would like to start from a particular city, visit each city once, and return to the starting city. The traveling cost in rupees is given in the bullet table. Find the least cost route. And coming to the problem, here we are given 4 cities, that is from and to, and as he can't travel from A to A, it is taken as 0 or dash or infinity, and the cost for A to B is 25, the cost for A to C is 75, the cost for A to D is 45. In the same way, all the costs are been given, and first we have to do the row reduction. To do the row reduction, we have to identify the least value. So what we are doing is, here I have seen the first row in which 25, 75 and 45, for all these three, 25 is the minimum. In the same way, for the remaining rows also, we have identified the least value, and that is subtracted from that row. Means here 25 minus 25 is 0, 75 minus 25 is 50, and 45 minus 25, 45 minus 25 is 20. And in the same way, for the remaining are also done. And now we move to the column reduction. To do the column reduction, we have to identify the minimum in that column. Here it is 0, here also 0, here also 0, and here also 0. So now we have to see how many number of lines we can draw. We are starting from the first row. Here I am starting with the first row. In first row there are 2 zeros. So I am moving to the second row. In second row, here only we are having 0. So I will mark it with box and cancel that column. And I move to the third row, there are no zeros. In the fourth row, I am having only 1 0. So I am giving it the box and crossing the column. And now I will move to the column. In moving to the column, first column is already been crossed. In the second column, there is only 1 0. So I am giving it as box and cancelling the row. Now we will identify number of square boxes. Here they are 3, but as it is a 4 by 4 row and column matrix, m is not equal to n, means 3 is not equal to 4. Number of rows is not equal to the number of boxes. So the solution is not optimal. So what we do is, we identify the least in the uncovered elements, that is 10. So what we do is, we will subtract it from these elements, and keeping the elements along the line as it is, and the place where it is intersecting, there we will be adding. Means what is happening is, 20 is becoming 30, and from 75 10 is subtracted, so it is 65, and from 10 10 is subtracted, and from 25 10 is subtracted, means 15 0, like this all the elements are being obtained. Now again we will start with the first row. First row there are 2 zeros, so we move to the second row, and in second row also we are having only 1 0, so we mark it with box and we cancel the column, and we move to the third row. There are no zeros. In fourth row there are 2 zeros, so we move to the columns. In columns, first column has only 1 0, so we mark it with box and cancel the row, and in the second also we are having only 1 0, because this is cancelled. We mark it with box and cancel that row. Now all the zeros are being completed, and again here the number of boxes are 3 and the number of rows are 4. So we move to the next, that is, again we identify the least element and the uncovered elements, that is 10, and that is subtracted from the uncovered elements, and the elements along the lines will be the same, and at the junction it will be added. The 10 is added. So what is happening is, here 30 is becoming 40 and 65 is 55. This is 0, 10, 5 will happen. The remaining elements will be as it is. And now I will see the first row. In first row there are 2 zeros. In second row there are 2 zeros. In third row it is 1 0. So I will mark it as box and cancel that column. And in fourth row also there are 2 zeros. So I move to the columns. And in the first column, if we identify, there are 2 zeros. Now I will move to the second column. Second column also there are 2 zeros. In third, if we observe, there are only 1 0. So I will mark it with box and cancel that row. And now I will move to the rows, and if I observe the second row, in the second row, as this 0 is been cancelled, this now I will move to the fourth row. In fourth row, only 1 0 is there, so I will mark it and cancel that one. In that way, if I observe, now there are 4 allocations, that is A to C, and C is allocated to D, and D is allocated to B, and B is allocated to A. And the original values which are there for these are taken from the given table, and they are being added, which gives the cost for the transportation. Thank you.